Hi dear students, let's start with lab 6, question 1. I firstly will solve this question using if statement, but as you can see in the requirement you should use it as switch statement. Okay, an online retailer sells 5 different products whose retail price are shown in the following table. If the product is 1, the retail price is 2.98, and product 2, the retail price is 4.50. Write a program that reads the product number, quantity sold, and then prints the total retail price for the entered product. Your program should use switch statement to help to determine the retail price for the entered product. And there is an example. Okay, so we are having two reads, two values, which is product and quantity. Product number should be integer, yes, 1 2 3 4 5, and quantity sold, it's not, there is no requirement in the question itself, so we will expect what quantity sold is. I think it can be integer if the product is chocolates, so 1 2 3 4. If you are selling cheese or selling something that's depending on weight, quantity sold can be decimal. So we solve it as an integer because the example is integer. Okay, so we'll do two scans. Scan F. Please know what is the error with what I'm doing right now so that we can handle this. If you run this program like this, we'll face lots of error. First, x is undeclared. We should declare x and y, integer x and y. And by the way, it will run, but two things will happen. First, the program stops or the program continues as it is. But here the program stops because scanf needs an address, not a value. Okay, so x and y, it's very good practice to call the variable as the example. So we can product, and quantity, so we'll have two variables. Okay, and here's product number. So we got now two values from the user. Let's go back to the example. It needs product number. If it is this, it will do this. If it is this, we'll use this retail price. So we will have an if statement here asking if product number equals, so equal should be equal 1, not equal only. If yes, we should have like a float number here called retail price, and let us say it will be 0. And no, it's not a requirement to have like an initial value for this, and we should set this retail price. Okay, then we'll have like an else if here. Value. Okay, so here is if the product number is 1, so retail price is this. If 2, if 3 is 4, if 5, it will be this. So our last answer is here. We could print, let's say, what's printing. The total retail price should be in double quotes. Double quotes should finish here. Then we should print percentage F, and to the format we should do it point to F and put our value here. Let's try running the example. 1 and 2, product number 1, quantities 2, so retail price is 2.98. So what is the problem? What do you think is the problem? Yes, retail price is just the value here. You should multiply it with the quantity. Yes, you are right. Let's go here back and do our multiplication, and here is the new number 1 and 2. It will be $5.96. Okay, so I think we have solved this with if statement, but the requirement is to solve this with switch. Okay, let's talk about switch first, then we'll get back to this question to solve it with switch. Okay, let's go to the switch statement and try to know how it performs. Okay, first of all, we can look at this simple if else if statement. As you can see, if x equal 1, printf a, and this is one block statement. That's why we don't need here a curly bracket. It's okay to have and it's okay not to have, and this is a comment. You can write a comment whatever in the code, but it's not counted as a statement. Okay, then else if x equal 2, you should print b, x equals 3, you should print c, and else you can print d. What is switch? Switch do the same that if do, but we should have 3 important rules. First, the expression we are trying to test. Here you put the condition. Here you put just a variable, an expression. The expression we need to put here, let us say x percentage 10, it's okay. It's a variable or a value here. This value should be an integer or a char, so not allowed to have any other type in switch. This is the first rule. Second rule, every comparison we need to make with this value should be equality operator, like this: x equal 1, x equal 2, x equal 3. If we have x greater than 3, so we cannot switch this to be switch. Okay, so first we should have like the same variable here. We are using a same equality operator. All are equality operators, and the last thing, this value should be an integer or char. Now we can do switch statement. So what is switch? Switch, if you are having a value here, expression, when it's validated, we can get a value. This value is compared with the value 1. If this value equal 1, if the case is 1, so I should go through this code until I reach the closed curly bracket or break statement. So I will not leave this case until I reach a break or a closed curly bracket. Okay, so case 1, okay, printf a, then break, so I will go to the closed curly bracket and continue my work. Okay, And the same for if case is 2. We should print B and go to break. Print C and go to break if the case is 3. And default, which is else, no x is not equal 1 or 2 or 3, we should go to default. Some issues we do with switch. First, switch, we should have two brackets here and put our expression here, x divided y, x percentage 10, whatever we need. Then we open two curly brackets. Then we start to write our case one by one and write the break statement. So let's play with switch before we try to solve the solution and do what we will done if we miss to write this break. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is an example that I have added a project I have added to play with switch. Okay, first this x equal 1, so switch case 1 A, case 2 B, and case 3 C, and case the other is D. Okay, let's try to run this. So A, I did just print A only. Why? Because the value is 1, so it entered the case statements, lots of statements, you can have lots of statement here, and it got to this break statement. What if I removed this break statement or commented this break statement? It's not there. What do you think will happen? X equal 1, so it will enter this case statement, it will print A, then it will not go through case 2 because it's already in a case. Once you have got in a case, no need to check the other cases. So it will print A, B, then break. Let's see. So it will print A, B, and break. Why? Because there is no break here. If I removed this break too, it will print A, B, C. Okay. What if I've changed the value of x so that it can be 2? What do you think it will print? It will print B and C. Yes. If you can see this, so it will print B and C. And the same if I write x equals 3, it will print C. So this is what will be done if you miss to add this break statement. If I put -2, it will print D, which is the default. Okay, what if we do this? Okay, let's say case 10. What do you think? What is different? Yes, this means that if x is equal 1 or x equal 10, it will go to this code and finish until the break. Let's go to our question again and try to solve it. The question is saying that we are having a product number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a retail price for every product. Okay, so we should write it like this. First, we'll have switch case, yes, and we'll try which expression we need to validate. We should validate the product number. Okay, so we should have this product number here and write product number, then open a curly bracket, then we will try to do our cases. So case 1, we remove this part, no need for this. So retail price should be equal this value, and we should break, right? Then case 2, retail price should be this, then break, and K3 retail price, case 4 retail price, and case 5. Okay, let's do this. Let's try If I entered, we should go here and set it, activate it as a project. Then we run it. Oh, where is a closed curly bracket? This is the first thing. If you see, they are thinking that there is unexpected declaration of statement at the endpoint. No finishing, because this curly bracket should be closed, and we haven't closed this. We should close this here. Yes, if we go here again and click format use style, you will find it's okay. I think I have done another error. Some people got it, but some no. If I write 1 2, I'll find it's okay. But if I wrote like 4 3 and the quantity is 3, it will get 3. So 3 should be 3 times 9.98, which is nearly $30. But at last it's less than this, because in the case of 3, it entered this place, it haven't found any break, so it's re-edit the retail price to be 4.4849. Then it entered the case 3 5, because we don't have a break here. That's why the retail price is 6.87 multiplied by 3, it will get 20.61. I hope you now learned how to use switch case. So let's fix this. Break, break, and break. Write a program that utilizes looping to print the numbers from 1 to 10 on the same line with 3 spaces between numbers. First, we need to know what's meant by looping. Okay, if I want to print my name 10 times, what do you think I should do? Should I print F? Yes. Mina. Okay. 10 times, so this will print it once. I should print it 10 times. So I will add this backslash n, so I will not do it in 10 times. If I got this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. This I can print my name 10 times, but I think this is valid to 10, 20. But if you are trying to print something 10,000 times, million times, are you going to do this? Are we going to repeat? If you are having some code like printf dividing, getting the remainder of a file 10 times, should we write it 10 times? I think it's not a valid answer. So we need to have something that can repeat block of code. Do if statement do this if x equal to. Do if statement repeat? No. If statement just make a condition so that if x really equal to, we should print this Mina. I think this code won't work because we haven't declared the variable. But if the x equal to, will print Mina. So Mina will only be printed if x equal to. So we need something to have like a block of code and try to repeat it lots of time. How can we do this? We can do it with while. So what is while? While is a keyword used for C in looping. If you want to repeat this block of code, you can use while. But how many times should I repeat this? And what's the condition I should put here? Okay, so let's just write a condition here so that it will be generic. So the code starts here. If this condition is true, so true, we know it means non-zero. Yes. When this condition is true, we should repeat this code. write this, put a print, then it get back to check on the condition. If it's still true, we should print Mina. And if it's still true, we should print Mina. If it's still true, we should print Mina. Until we got this condition to be false. So, condition must be false in a time. If not, we'll get stuck into this loop. If this condition is true every time we ask it for the condition to be validated, this means that we will be in infinite loop. We will not finish this loop. Mina will be printed every time. Let us try this. If I enter x equal 1, then I tried a condition which is x equal 1. Let's say, so if x equal 1, yes, it's 1, so I will print Mina, go back, print Mina, so it will not finish. It will go into infinite loop. You see, Mina. It's printing, by the way. It's still printing. You see this arrow? Okay, so I've got stuck in an infinite loop. Why? Because this condition all the time is true. So we need to print it like 10 times. This means that this condition should pass the condition and the expression will be validated to get a true for 10 times only. What should we do? We can use like if x is smaller than 10 and put here x plus plus. So what will be done here? X equal 1. Do x is smaller than 10? Yes, so I will print this x plus plus, so x will be 2. Is 2 is still less than 10? Yes. So what did you expect? Yes, this Mina will be printed 9 times only. Why? Let's say this when x equal 1, x equal 2, x equal 3, x equal 4, x equal 5, x equal 6, x equal 7, x equal 8, and x equal 9. Okay, when x become 10, it will not pass through this variable because do 10 is less than 10? No, so it will print it 9 times only. So if we want it 10 times, we can change this to be x is less than 11 or x is smaller than or equal 10. It will print Mina. Okay? So you should think about how x is being changed in memory. Okay? First x equal 1. So do x is smaller than or equal 10? Yes. So it will print stuff. Then x equal is incremented by 1. So x become 2. So the condition changed. Do 2 is smaller than 10? Yes. So it will continue. Okay? What do you think if I changed this so it can be x is greater than 10? Yes, we will face a problem. Why? We will not enter this loop because x, which is 1, it's not greater than 10, so it will return and it will not print anything. Okay, so let's change it to be x is greater than, no, it will not enter, so it's x greater than or equal 1. So x equal 1, 1 is greater than or equal 1, so let's print. But this will have another issue. Do you know this? Yes, it will get us in an infinite loop, the same as the one we have done, because every time x is incremented, it will be more than 1. So our valid solution is smaller than 10. So let's go to our question and try to solve it. Write a program that utilizes looping to print numbers from 1 to 10 on the same line with 3 spaces between numbers. So we need here not to print my name. We need here to print 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the values that have this 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes, x. If we try to print x right here, we'll find the following: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why? Let's trace it. Okay, x equal 1. Do x is smaller than 10? Yes, so we'll print 1. X plus plus, so x equal 2. 2 is smaller than 10? Yes, we will print 2. Then x plus plus, x equals 3. When do x is 3 is less than 10? Yes, and so on until we get to 10. But the requirement here is saying that we need 3 spaces between the numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 1. So let's print it again. You'll find it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Write a program that utilize looping to print numbers from 10 to 1, every number in a new line, then prints boom. Okay, so we need to write the numbers from 10 to 1. I think it's different than the other question, which writes the numbers from 1 to 10. Let's try to write our loop here. So we should use while loop and then write our condition, and here we can write something. So first of all, we should have like an integer, and we should give it a value. Then we should do here like a condition. Let's try to think. We need to print the numbers from 10 to 1. So if we want to print here the number, we should print the 10 first, then 1, right? So x should be initialized with 10. Okay, so while condition, what is the condition that we should put here so we can make sure that it just allows looping to this block of code 10 times when x changes from x to 1? Yes, x greater than 0. Yes, and we should add another stuff here. If we left it like this, you can see that we will enter an infinite loop writing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so we need to change x value because x is still 10. No change have been done to x value. So what is the change we should do to this value? It should be x minus minus. So x is 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then 1 will get out this loop. Okay, let's try this. Okay, it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, where is the enter between them? We should put here an enter, because a number is being written, then a new line is being written too. So 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So now we are in a case we need to print boom. Do you think we should put this printf here, boom? No, we should not. Why? Because this means that it will be printed with every number. You can see here 10 boom, 9 boom, 8 boom, 7 boom. So everything in the loop will be repeated, so we don't need this repetition. So this means that we should put it at the first of the code. It will not be part of while code block, or we should put it in the end. We'll try to put it in the first. You will find that boom 10, 9, 8, 7. No, we should put it at last. Okay, let's see what's going on. So it will be 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. So 3 things we make sure that we are doing on while condition. First, we should have this condition that allows you to enter, because sometimes we wrote here an expression that doesn't allow us to enter from the beginning. Okay, if we write x equal 1, so do this mean that we will enter this while? No, it will not enter, because x equal 10 and you are checking if it is equal 1. Okay, so we should have a condition that allows us to enter the while condition, and also we should have the same conditions that allows us in a way that we will someday, or some repetition, after some number of repetition, we will get out of this loop, because if not, we will stay in this loop and we will have an infinite loop. So this condition should allow entering, and also should in some states will get you out of this loop. So we should have like a thing, a part of the code that changes any operands of this comparison operator, the left or the right. So 0 is constant, so we should have like a statement that changes the value of x. Write a program that reads to integer, calculates and prints the power. You should solve it using looping, not math.h. So enter the number, enter the power, the result is this value. So the input is 2 integers, so we'll have 2 scanfs. Then we should print the power, not using math.h. Okay, so I think we should use looping. What is the thing that we need to repeat in every loop? This is the first thing we should put in our mind to solve the question. Okay, first I will put this 2 scans. Okay, then I will do scan f. This is the number and this is the power. Okay, to not take a lot of time, I'll solve this, and we should have 2 integers here. So this is the basic thing that we should put, and at last we should print the result. Okay, so what is the result? The result is a power. So if you are having 2 power 3, what do you think? We should multiply 2 by itself 3 times, like 2 times 2 times 2, right? So what is the repetition here? Yes, multiplying by 2. So we should have like a result set having 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 with number of repetition which is equal to the power. Okay, so we should have like a result here which is integer. Then we'll not initialize it now until we thought about what we are going to do, but we will use a while loop. Yes, and we should have a condition here, and we should also have something to repeat. Something to repeat is times 2, right? So what is times 2? How we can repeat this time 2? I think every time if you are doing 2 times 2 times 2, this means that we are having like a number here, times 2, then when we got the answer we should multiply it by 2, then we should multiply it by 2. So the result is commutative, right? We should put the last result over the first result. So result is equal to result times 2, right? So result will be result times 2, then result will be result times 2. So we'll multiply 2 to the value that's being calculated till now. So we are having now an issue, which is what to write here. This is the loop, and this is the number we need to repeat this loop with. We need to repeat this block of code number of time. Do you remember how many times we need to repeat this? Yes, 3 times, and 3 times here in the example is the power. So we should have here when power is, I don't know what is the condition, but let's go here and make sure that we are decrementing the power. Every time we loop one time we should have a decrement for the power. So what is the condition now? Condition we need is condition that bypass this while loop to do the loop or the commands in the loop number of times which is equal to power, but stop. When it should stop? Yes, it should stop whenever it becomes 0. So we can have p bigger than 0. Okay, so if p equals 3, so 3 is bigger than 0, yes, we'll multiply 1, then 2 is bigger than 0, then 1 is bigger than 0, and we'll multiply the result 3 times. So I think this is a good condition. We can enter and we can exit this condition. And at last we should print the result is, which is an integer value, then we should print result. There is one missing thing here. We haven't initialized the result. So if we run the application and wrote like numbers 2 and the power is 3, so we'll find that the result is 4988. What is this 488? Because the result is not initialized. If we try to print the result right now, we'll find that it's not a number in the question, because we use result as a first value to be multiplied by 2. So we should have given this result an initial value. What do you expect to give this result? If we put 0, this means that 0 times 2 will be 0, 0 times 2 will be 0, 0 times 2 will be 0, and the result will be 0. So what is the number we should initialize the result so it will not make mess with our answer? Yes, 1 is a number that we can multiply to whatever, it will get the same number. So result should be 1. If we go here and enter 2 and 3, it will be 8. And if we write 3, 5 times 3, it will be 8. How? There is something not good here. What is this? Yes, for sure. We have wrote result equal result times 2. Oh, this is good catch. But what can we solve this? If we write p, we'll have another problem, If I write 2 times 3, it will be 6. But 2 power 3 is not 6. 2 power 3 should be 8. Yes. How this is being done? Because we are changing the value of p. Here p is being decremented. How can we multiply it and it's still decremented? We need to multiply the result with the number, not the power, right? Because the number should be multiplied by itself with the power value. So let's go here. Should write 3 and 5. It will be 2, 4, 3. 5 power 3 will be 1, 2, 5. And 2 power 3 is 8. So now we are getting the number, then the power, then we are looping from p, which is the number of power, which is 3, 4, 5, whatever you entered, and decrementing it until we reach 0. So we will try to do this block of code with not numbers equal the power number. Then every time we multiply the result, which is initially set by 1, with the number that the user entered. So in the first time, 1 times 2 equal 2, that the result become 2, 2 times 2 equal 4, 2 times 4 times 2 equal 8. I think we have finished this equation. If you are having any issues with this question or any questions in the lab, please reach out in a comment in our Facebook group. The last question here is the take-home question. You need to solve it before next week. Write a program that reads an integer and calculates and prints its factorial. Do you know what is the factorial of a number? 5 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. We should get final value, which is 120.